Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot going on in the world right now, and the energy sort of kind of is at an all-time high. Asterisk, that's a simplification, generalization. And it definitely feels like hurricane season 2021 has officially begun. Although technically it's cyclone season, because here we're looking at a Category 1 landfalling cyclone in Australia. And I haven't talked about it much because us Americans have been sold a bill of goods that says Australians are like Crocodile Dundee. Like, that's not a knife. This is a knife. So Category 1, Category 2 strength. They should be able to hopefully handle it well. I don't know. I don't want to have to eat my words. But it's definitely going to be something to deal with. And if the hurricane season is really beginning now, or cyclone season, then buckle up. But severe tropical cyclone Seroja has passed to the north of Geraldton, where a brief period of Category 2 strength winds were observed just before 9 p.m. The maximum wind gust was 120 kilometers an hour at the airport at 8:51 p.m. Conditions at Geraldton will now begin to ease as Seroja moves inland. The Martian helicopter is scheduled to take off this week. Well, technically, it's an Earth helicopter on Mars. And it's scheduled to take off sometime this week. We've got some super nasty major energy moving into Florida. How bad will it get? I don't know. It spun up 2 tornadoes and did some damage yesterday. But Floridians are kind of like partial Australians, or I assume they're extra Florida tough. But they should monitor this as well. And my team jet weirding buddy Ian Livingston has been tracking this piece of energy that will be moving through the northeast pretty much today and tonight. He's been tracking it since April 9th. Back then he was like, hey, Sunday, which is today now, has some questionable moisture but looks quite nice at 500 millibars for late day storms. Could be some hailers if nothing else. And this storm has been a hail maker from Texas through Alabama, through Mississippi, through Florida. And so, yeah, I would guess it's going to continue to produce big balls of ice to fall from the sky. On April 12th, Monday, we've got Asteroid 21 Good Women 4 that could hit a satellite and cause cascading space debris. It's like asteroids and space junk all up in our business. This is after a plague from space. So we're just tracking it as there's a lot of shit happening. Oh, and by the way, I made one of my cool edited videos. It was the video before this one. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. The La Soufriere volcano eruption is on day 3 and is absolutely no joke, says Dr. Jasmine Scarlett, one of the volcano scientists, is actually around on Twitter and has been putting out great work over the last few years. I appreciate greatly. As we move into day 3 of this eruption, reports are that overnight saw another explosion on the island is currently substantially covered in ash. Reports also say that it is likely there will be significant damage to agriculture, including livestock. This is La Soufriere. I made a joke on a previous video that if you think this is the end times or the rapture's coming or it's the end of the world, well, what better time to give a contribution to me, THORnews, your planetary defense commander. It'll be my 7-year anniversary on the 23rd, and I've gotten a contribution 10 days in a row this month, which is great. I mean, yeah. And so I'm just saying, but yeah, there's definitely that, like, holy crap, it feels like Asteroid Fight Club 2021 is all next level all the time. And so we got like metaphorical and real asteroids flying around everything, and the volcanoes I have been discussing have just been flipping out like crazy this year. There's no doubt about it. And this one is right below Florida and Puerto Rico. Well, technically it's right below Puerto Rico, then Florida, but I'm just saying. And then you got Mexico on the other side and Guatemala. Their volcanoes have just been going nuts. But you know, I'm a serial optimist, so I think we are somehow going to team up and make it through this and figure out we have so many problems hitting us that teamwork is the only way to go. This was New York this morning, and it was covered in fog, as fog and ash and smoke and dust have been flying around. But I feel energized and alive and super duper grateful to God and everybody else. We're all still keeping it together, as crazy as everything continues to get in an escalating fashion. And my joke is always like, hey, dude, something about fog to me, as Star-Lord New Thor 7, your planetary defense commander, the T, also known as Magic Boy, and Captain Oh My God is awesome. The fog somehow adds a mystical aspect to whenever it shows up. For whatever reason, fog is like, hey, it adds more magic to the day of, wow, there's so little we really know about God and the universe around us. So I just try and stay cool and enjoy life as much as possible. Now we're looking at the volcano in Guatemala, Volcano de Fuego. And look at this. It has just been going just as crazy as the one in the Caribbean. And the one in Iceland is going pretty nuts too. So yeah, there is just energy abound all around for all things. And it is a good time to celebrate family, friends, and all the good things you love. Because nobody knows how many days we'll get left. But I still think we're going to make it like a decade or two. That society will not fall on our watch. Somehow we'll get it together. You know, just like in the movies for Act 3. We'll figure out what it takes to improve everything and adapt and adjust as our solar system continues to change. It's not just Earth. It's not just the sun. It's like the whole kit and caboodle. But yeah, there's a coronal mass ejection that may or may not impact Earth around the 14th. The coronal mass ejection was also observed by LASCO. Its origin may be related to a slow, large-scale brightening in the southern hemisphere, accompanied by a smaller eruption in the northern hemisphere. There may be an impact at Earth around April 14th if both of these contributed to the coronal mass ejection. And I've tried to say in a very friendly way that A, nobody knows what the sun is going to do, and B, saying that we're in a solar minimum or a solar maximum seems like a gross oversimplification because the sun is very complex and is always active. So I don't really believe in a grand solar minimum because the sun's always got some type of activity going on. Like, it is definitely not ever look like it is sleeping soundly. But nobody knows what the sun is going to do. Betelgeuse, the star in Orion's shoulder, is now at 76% of its brightness, which as planetary defense commander is, if things were going to freak me out, it's still the like, if we don't know what a star in our own star field, like if it's just totally dimming, how do we know what our own sun is going to do next? Whether it get dimmer, brighter, just start growing. Like, nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. And at times I think like people act like they know everything just so they can be good salesmen. I'm talking that's across the board economically for the last 100 years. Okie dokie, what's it talking about? There is a lot of Aries energy around. So yeah, I think I'm going to make it a mission later today and tonight to go out, have fun, do something, go on an adventure while civilization is still standing. And plan for ways to help keep it going. Remember, astrologically, we started the new year on March 20th. And so this is the first new moon of the new year, whichever year you're celebrating, or the Parisian. So, you know, I don't know. It's a big night to dream how we want the whole year to be. How do we want 4th of July to be? How do we want Christmas to be? How do we want New Year's to be? How do we want Hanukkah to be? How do we want Thanksgiving? How do we want Kwanzaa? How do we want Halloween? Like, okie dokie. But yeah, it's super duper totally maximum asteroid fight club as it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Over the 8 years that I've been doing THORnews, that in my edited videos, and at least 500 of them, I've got a lady going volcanoes. I've had her doing that since 2013, where we kind of knew that the volcano situation was going to continue to escalate until like 2023, 2025. And so we are definitely witnessing that. And I think it will continue. And so whether it be space debris, volcanoes, asteroids, the plague, like people either got to learn to work together better or, yeah, I guess we could possibly fail totally across the board. And that would be, imagine like if we lost more people, like Thanos in the Disney Marvel, Thanos killed half the people on Earth. Imagine if we fucked up so bad, we got everybody killed. That'd be crazy. But it feels like, we've been fighting the White Walkers. Like, let's say the White Walkers are the plague that we're all dealing with. Some of us are getting vaccinated. Some of us are not. That's your own personal choice. So we've got that. We've got the volcanoes just super freaking out at this time. And we're still keeping it together. And I talked to all y'all from the poorest of the poor to the richest of the rich about all this stuff. And the big picture danger thing is the whole fiat currencies, the dollar, petrodollar, and the new emergence of cryptocurrency. And so watching how Russia, the United States of America, China deal with Silicon Valley and their cryptocurrency, which Kevin O'Leary championed the myth of it actually being a blood currency, blood coin, and crypto investments. And I talked about it was like the thing that gave power to this was all the deaths, and it's crypt. Crypt is, like the crypt keeper. So there's a weird death aspect to the whole shit. So you add that on top of everything else, it is super nutty. And then I always have to feel super guilty because Rachel is so freaking attractive. And she looks like, if you ever watched G.I. Joe, was it the Baroness? That like, she ain't even got to dress up. And she's always like super cosplay Baroness Major. And that's just weird. Like, the money doesn't matter to me. Finding great, epic kisses, cuddles, hugs, conversation, victories. I want to have some fun, I've been in this foxhole like 2 years straight. I just now started to stick my big toe out. And this is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. Video on the left was taken by me on February 17th, 2021. Video on the right was taken this morning, April 10th, 2021. And this is the St. Vincent La Soufrière volcano ashfall that is just, can you imagine wherever you're going? Like, I just got a car again after not having one for like 2 or 3 years. You can imagine, like, that's super bad volcano weather that people are actually dealing with. And so, like I said, there are like surprise volcano aspects that could pop up anywhere. And we've been watching the west coast of the USA here for a while with a very observing eye, curious what might happen next. Yo, dude, I've been telling penis jokes where they apply. She got like weather dicks, and technically the ash counts as a weather dick. Weird. And then it grows and goes over to Africa. But no, that's like, but look at that, so much gravity waves as the volcano's popping out. Yeah, this is dangerous and is definitely messed with the atmosphere. But I'm going to do my best to keep a sense of humor through it all. Because I talk to you guys about this stuff every single day, all day. And in between that, I even had to walk us all through the plague. And that triggers half the people half the time. I even had like 10% of the people get mad at me because I chose to get vaccinated. Like, and call me names and saying I'm evil. Like, yo, bro, really? As your planetary defense, try to walk, just, make your own personal choice. It don't hurt you. I don't know. I don't even know where this volcano is. It's underwater, I guess. Cavici, but it's going off. So I feel like the Fonz that lost this mojo. That, like, how do you even attract a woman that you're attracted to anymore these days? Maybe you just get to a point where you can't anymore. I'm sorry that I'm thinking about this shit out loud, but I don't know. I watched Beverly Hills Cop, and this is a horrible non sequitur. And I noticed that the first one, the second one wasn't very good. But Eddie Murphy's character, Axel Foley, was super nice to everybody no matter how they treated him most of the time. And I think that's what made him super affable. We need more affable people on the planet. And it's common personal practice for me. Every single new moon, I dream about making an X-Men movie, live action, or animated. And then you always try and figure out how would you fill out your cast. And, you try and inspire and write and create and get other people to make extremely badass X-Men soundtrack music. So almost here it is like she is wearing the White Queen around her neck. You get that X-Men reference? Yeah, so that asteroid went over Russia in 2013, and then I started Asteroid Fight Club, and then right around April 23rd of 2014, I became a planetary defense commander. It's been weird. I'm amazed we made it this far. I'd like everybody to be cool, be kind, recognize that God and the divine architect gave us all life. We need to take better care of each other, the animals, the planet, and our personal selves. So you just got tons of space junk, all that satellites floating up there. There's like 30,000, 50,000 pieces. Elon's put up like 6,000 satellites in less than a year. And so like who's responsible for all the space junk? Technically nobody. Like there's no, if everybody's always geared towards just making money, it becomes a super clusterfuck shit show of slow failure and eventually super fast failure. Anyway, I'm here doing what I do. And so it's 12 days left. That's so cool. I'm really hoping I get to go out on a date or just hang out with super cool people around my anniversary on the 23rd. All right, everybody, be cool, make good decisions, try to have some fun, and keep the faith. God is great. But yeah, we live in strange days for sure. But we were made for this, buddy. All right. God bless everyone. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all in the future. Oh, but yeah, watch that asteroid video that I did, the one that I put out before this. It's really good. It might even put a smile on your face. Peace out.